So the Creative Assembly is 25 years old this year, and we currently employ just over 200 people across our console, PC and mobile development teams. Much of our success has been built on the Total War series, which is a PC strategy game series, which is still pretty unique in strategy game terms, as it combines a very deep level turn-based strategy experience with thrilling real-time battles in which tens of thousands of men clash on a single battlefield. So we set out last year to engineer the DNA of Total War into a mobile strategy game. And to do that, we obviously needed to find a solution that would help us work across multiple platforms.
We are a small team. We are trying to do a very different game, something that we had to experiment a lot with, and so we couldn't afford just to start creating our own engine and spend like 6 months or maybe a full year before we could even start trying design ideas. So we looked around, and as we wanted to be able to reach almost all the mobile devices on the market, the best choice was to use Unity. What was convincing is that on the first day we were already capable of exporting assets from Total War PC within Unity just to test and see what we get. And so after just a few days of prototyping, we are capable of having the first position of the camera, looking how wide the battlefield would be, starting to think about the controls, without basically worrying at all about the tech.
Working with Unity was fantastic from an artistic point of view, and especially as an artist who isn't so much a technical artist but more of a creative artist. From a prototyping perspective, what I found is I could easily give Renaud, our lead designer, assets very, very early on in the project. He could get the ball rolling with gameplay and game flow and how the game mechanisms were going to work. And I could, as he was doing that, I could then iterate on those assets, work on different styles. We went through probably 3-4 different iterations for every single unit in the game. And at no point was I waiting on code or waiting on design to get those in. I could just put them in the asset server and go straight away with them, which was brilliant.
Up till now I've been programming for a while, but it's always been make your own engine and then try to make a game with that. So that includes making the engine, doing the tools yourself, etc., etc. So Unity is quite mature already. Starting with that, with all the tools working perfectly, was a really nice change.
In Unity I also like the fact that if I press play, there's no build time. I can, as it's playing, I can select objects in the scene graph or the hierarchy and just see what's going on, what's happening with each unit. You know, does it have a shadow? Is that shadow rendering right? What material's on that character? Absolutely brilliant from an artistic point of view to be able to not rely on code to sort of debug the artistic side of the game.
The hierarchy basically shows you every little bit of the game that is running at the moment, from every particle system, every setting, etc. And all those parameters change live while the game is running. So if you have a particle emitter and in a script you're changing the emit rate of your particles, then if you select that particle system in your hierarchy while the game is running, you will see those parameters change. When you pause the game, you can even change any parameter and see the effect. Unpause the game and it'll run from there. It's really useful to see the actual effects of your code, and I'm not really used to having such powerful tools to actually just inspect what you're doing.
One very specific feature we added on top of Unity was what we call the input recording. Basically, it's a tool that allows you to play the game, either be it for a designer or for a QA guy testing the game, even on a specific device like an iPad, and you record everything that is being done within the game engine.
It basically means that if a tester finds a bug, I can then play that back in the Unity editor and have all the power of all the debugging tools that are available there. It means that if you see a bug, you basically have got it. Another thing which I found really, really nice is not actually the Unity engine itself or the editor. It's the community. Every problem that you will have when you are new to Unity or you're trying to make a game for the first time with it, somebody else has had before. And the Unity Answers website, for example, will have an answer to that.
The mobile space is moving very fast, and for us, sticking to Unity is a way of not having to cope with that, which is a very good thing for a small team like us, and basically being future-proof whatever happens. No one knows what iPad 5 and 6 or iPhone 5 will be, or if another big player will come to the market. But what we know is that our engine and our game are going to be able to cope with that, which is for us a very important thing.